Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. All my boys are sleeping. I said, let me drop one, go my butt to bed. You know, Hood Champion always drinking his coffee, so my ass is awake. That being said, like, subscribe, become a member to the channel. The goal is to get 1,000 members, man. Then after that, we shoot for 5, 10, 100,000. Let's keep the party going as we enter the new year. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Become a member to the channel. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Now listen, Claressa Shields has lost the plot. Can she be saved from herself and crazy ass family members? Now, let me fix this microphone while I run my big ass mouth. Now check this out. I've seen bits and pieces of the Sharlita Savage video, right? And everybody's out here rushing to their computers to do videos about it. I'm telling you, I didn't watch the whole thing because I can't. And the reason I can't is because I can't listen to it. Like, I'm just telling you. Don't try to understand. I cannot listen to people who speak the way Sharlita speaks. It's just mentally draining. But what I will say is with this Sharlita Savage situation, because that's what it is. Claressa Shields has a situation. Now, Sharlita been out here for quite some time, stirring the pot and coming out here publicly and saying a number of controversial and inflammatory things about Clarissa. Now, I'm not here to necessarily talk about all the things she said and get specific, but what I will tell you is she is Clarissa's cousin, blood cousin. And when she speaks, people listen. Now, don't get me wrong. You could look in her eyes and see she a little Sesame Street. You can see she got a little snuffleupagus in her and shit, right? But that's neither here nor there. Whether people believe Sharlita, what a name, whether people believe Sharlita or not, almost becomes secondary to the real issue. Family conflict becoming public spectacle. You see, I don't know what all happened between Clarissa and her family. And, you know, Bert and Ernie and Big Bird and, you know, the Count and Oscar the Grouch and all the other characters there on Sesame Street. But something happened to turn family drama and conflict into a public spectacle. Is Claressa Shields telling the truth? They just want money from me. That's all it is. They're broke bums. Papoose, Papoose. Tell them, Pap, tell them. Brr, brr, brr. Or is there some truth to what this Sharlita chick is saying? Now, when family members air grievances publicly, for me, I'm going to be honest. Y'all may be shocked to hear Hood Champion say this. I don't know. I kind of doubt some of the shit she's saying. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I don't trust Claressa Shields, anything she says at all. But I look at her cousin, I tell you what, this is a case of who's more Sesame Street than the other. We know Clarissa. She definitely got some of that shit in her, you know what I'm saying? But Sharlita way more Sesame Street than Clarissa. So I have to doubt a lot of the stuff she's saying. You know what I'm saying? I just see it as distraction, emotional noise around an athlete who already operates under extreme pressure, personally, professionally. Even if the claims are exaggerated, false, or emotionally driven, the damage is done because fans don't separate truth from drama. These fans who are paying attention to everything Claressa Shields does, they only remember controversy and they love to hear negative things about Claressa Shields. Now, what I will say is, for Clarissa to always want to come out here and issue idle threats to the powerless fan who ridicules her or criticizes her, right? She want to issue idle threats about, hey, I'd whip your ass if you said it in my face, or I'm going to start suing, or I'm going to publicly come out and call people out in 2026. I'm going to make sure that when I do it, I have me a plate of them turkey wings too, and I'm going to be sucking back snot. I'm going to show you how I do things in 2026. All right, cool, Clarissa. You want to sit there and keep it all the way real? And, I ain't going to say just hot wing it. You're going to turkey wing it at us and shit in 2026. How about this? Why don't you turkey wing it at your cousin Sharlita? Why you not going at her? Why you talking about it don't make sense to give her a cease and desist? It don't make sense to sue. They ain't got nothing. They all they gonna do is create another account or something and just continue with what they're doing. Why you going after the innocent fans? Why you out here making the innocent fans miserable? Huh? What's going on there? So see, as much as I feel like Clarissa is a bit of a victim here, I do wonder why she doesn't have the energy for that crazy ass family member of hers that she does for these innocent fans who she doesn't know from shit. Maybe it's because when it comes to family and family feuds, family knows best and they know what's going on behind the scenes. And maybe there's some truth. Or how about this? From where there's smoke, maybe there's some fire. I don't know. I'm still scratching my head on this one. But I'm telling you right now, when it comes to the fans, they love the controversy. They love to hear something negative about Claressa Shields. They love it. And I don't blame them. That ain't really my style. But I mean, when you come out here and you're disrespecting any and everybody, you're talking about how you're so fine and natural beauty. I'm pretty, I'm this, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, I'm this. Hey, yo, Claressa Shields, hold your horses and stop taking it to the stupid. Nobody gonna support you, man. You burnt too many bridges. That's why you could have this goddamn cockroach cousin of yours crawl from underneath the goddamn dresser and say the things she's saying, and people believe everything they believe. And I just feel for an elite athlete like Claressa Shields, right, even though I'm not so sure how focused she is on boxing, I just think when you have athletes who are elite like that, especially women in boxing who already fight for respect, public family drama is kryptonite shit. People, listen. I thought the Leila Ali shit was Claressa Shields' kryptonite. I thought mentioning Muhammad Ali's name was Claressa Shields' kryptonite. I thought her eating unclean foods excessively was her kryptonite. I thought the fact that she gained a bunch of weight was her kryptonite. I thought her being with a married man was her kryptonite. I thought her coming out here drinking, taking shots of liquor was her kryptonite. I thought her testing positive for weed and then having that somehow go away was her kryptonite. Let me tell you something. This Sharlita Savage chick, oh no, that's a whole nother level of kryptonite. That's a whole nother level. That's kryptonite. That's what that is. Because when Sharlita talks and she starts to talk her shit, plenty shit start to stink. And Sharlita has stunk up the place. Have everybody looking at Clarissa even more crazy than we were looking already. Now, the one thing I gotta say when it comes to Sharlita, now she said so much, I'm not here to talk about it and break every little thing down. I could, but it wouldn't be fair because I didn't watch the whole video because I'm just being honest with you, I can't listen to that shit. And I don't care about what she was saying about winning records and what she was saying about how Clarissa hasn't really been as successful as what she could have been. And I'm not worried about that. The one thing that that had me a little bit curious, right? This whole thing about pregnancies and babies and all that. And this thing about Clarissa and it was a baby she was supposed to be taking care of. And I saw Clarissa come out. Now, some of this shit is AI driven, but it looked like it was Claressa Shields talking. So I'm going to assume that was her. Like she had taken custody of a child and at a month old, and about an 8-month period or so, 8 or 9 months, ended up having to give the child up or something. She was trying something about being extorted and possibility of going to jail. Just something really bad because I could care less what's going on with Clarissa. I could care less what was going on with family. My thing was there was a baby involved here. You know what I'm saying? And no, Claressa Shields didn't have the child. She's not the one who was carrying the child. But this shit about somebody being a surrogate, and let me tell you, all of that just seems so messy. I don't know what to believe. But what I'll tell you is I I kind of feel like, anything's possible, but I just have a tough time sorting that one out. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what to believe as far as that whole thing about the child. I mean, and it's crazy to me that they're even talking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? But what's funny, right, is to try to stitch things together based on what Sesame Street Savage is saying and what Snuffleupagus Shields is saying, right? It's hard, because you want to say, okay, Sh- Savage has her side, Shields has her side, and then there's the truth, right? But I can't figure it out, and I'm being honest with you. But fans like the drama, they like the controversy, so everybody believes that Clarissa is lying, and her cousin's telling the truth. How about this? I believe there's some truth coming from both of them. How about that? But because I can't really make sense of this whole thing, because I don't feel like I have enough information, just two people talking and making statements. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been able to go out here, man, and find the clues to come out here and start to stitch things together. But since they keep talking about babies, it just make me wonder. God damn, this baby stuff been going on with Clarissa Shields for quite some time, and here it is now going into 2026, and she's saying she want a baby by Papoose, and she's gonna have a baby in 2026. So what I will say is, what's Clarissa Shields' fascination with having a child? Somebody help me, please. Hey, hello. Somebody help me understand that. See, I don't know about all this shit about the 1-month-old child and giving up the child at 8 or 9 months and 3, 4 policemen coming to her door and being lied on and trying to extort her. I don't know nothing about that. But what I do know is obviously something about a child, a baby, from 11 years ago or something like that. And then right now, here it is, she talking baby talk again. So there's something going on with her and babies. But let's just be real here, man. Why a pregnancy by a married man? And how you gonna have a pregnancy by a married man and have a child by a married man and have two fights all in 2026? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Hey, yo, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. Now, I don't claim to be smarter than a fifth grader, but I have stalwart common sense, and I'm telling you from a biological, medical, and professional standpoint, the idea that Claressa Shields, the GWOAT, could have a baby in 2026 and fight twice at an elite level is highly unrealistic. Now, for those of you McNicholases out there saying, you're just a haterhood champion, you no good, or you tail wagger, you bastard, how dare you talk about Claressa Shields? She can do it, she's the GWOAT. Hey, yo, McNicholas, I bet you've been eating them turkey wings, probably had a little piece of rabbit on that plate too, with mac and cheese, sucking back snot, and talking about, Papoose, he upstairs, he upstairs. If I go to Neiman Market, to the one that go get. You probably listen to that bullshit ass song. Pregnancy alone requires months of physical, let me tell you, months and months of physical recovery. And you don't know how the birth is going to go. You don't know how the pregnancy is going to go. Talk about childbirth, hormonal changes, strength loss, conditioning reset, and potential postpartum complications. Then factor in training camps, weight cuts, licensing, sanctioning bodies, physicals. Man, get out of here. It all becomes clear. The shit's just not a realistic timeline. And I know they got some Claressa Shields supporters out there who feel like she could do it. Man, I ain't got time to even entertain y'all. You know what I'm saying, man? Y'all go ahead. Keep traveling down the yellow brick goddamn road. Because ain't no way in the world Claressa Shields can sit here and fight 2 times next year and have a baby by a married man. She just can't do it. But this baby, I want a baby, man. Pap, what Pap want a boy? I want a boy. Pap want a boy. Pap, and Pap said we have a boy. We have a boy. I don't know. Pap, what you want? Anything you like, Ike. Ike, anything you like. Anything you like, Ike. Eat the cake, Anime. No, I'm not gonna eat that cake. But I eat them turkey wings with mac and cheese. Ike, you give me. I said eat the cake. Now, there are some fighters who have successfully returned after childbirth. Usually take significant time and then they return gradually. But to come out here and suggest that they can do all that shit in 1 year, man. 2 fights, have a child. This is not realistic. Come on now. People need to wake up now and quit taking it to the stupid. I just don't think she's being realistic or transparent with herself and fans. And it makes you wonder. When it comes to Papoose, Papoose, make you wonder what's going on with Papoose over there. Because we're talking in a chat, and one of the teammates was saying whenever Claressa Shields speak, Papoose looked spooked. He looked frightened. Say the motherfucking eyes turn. They call them bubble eyes. When she talk, he get frightened. All you see is the white in his eyeball. He be looking around with that overbiting shit. He just be looking around like he don't know if she gonna hit him, if she gonna say something crazy, if she gonna bite somebody, if she gonna pull a turkey wing out of pocketbook. He don't know what she gonna do. But one thing we know what she gonna do is when she start talking, we know what she gonna do. She gonna say, "What I look, I look like? I got 2 gold medals, 19 world titles. I'm a 5-weight division champion. I get out the shower to take a piss. Ain't nobody. I don't need no man. I don't." We know she gonna say that shit, don't we? But this is the thing. If we get beyond the baby talk, right? Because I think we've cleared that up. Ain't no baby coming next year. Because you watch when she start talking to baby talk. Watch Papoose. Unrestricts his eyes widely. All you see is the white in that man eyeball. He looked nervous. It's nothing but eyeballs and overbite when Claressa Shields start talking that baby shit. Pat be looking nervous. That's why that man said, "Hey, yo, bars on wheels." Because even he knows there's a problem when she speaks, especially, forget the baby talk, on a married man's separation, talking about his situation. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. When someone is dating a man who is separated but not divorced, which is her situation, speaking publicly about that relationship is almost always a mistake, especially when you have someone like goddamn Claressa Shields, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, running her mouth. It is a mistake. Game over when she starts running her mouth. Matter of fact, she's one of them kind of people like, she play ass back, you know what I'm saying? When she want to get in the game and start talking about this man's separation, that's where he as a coach says, "Hey, Clarissa," she's like, "Yeah," he like, "Get your ass back on the bench." She want to come in and call the shots. You know, she want to lead the team. She want to be the quarterback, the wide receiver. She want to be the superstar, want a punt return. She want to have some key position. Only position she plays is ass back. She try to get in the game, he tell her get her ass back on the bench. Because it pulls the girlfriend into unresolved legal, emotional, and reputational territory that doesn't belong to her. None of that shit going on with Papoose and Remy belongs to Clarissa. And I'm just gonna tell you, I don't follow this like most of y'all. You know, I still when I do get on the internet, I'm looking at boxing news, I'm reading articles, you know, and I come and do my videos. Today's Christmas, I didn't do much of anything. But I have been paying attention enough lately, thanks to the ladies, you know, ladies at our 9 o'clock lives. I've been paying attention enough to watch Papoose and Clarissa's relationship, at least what I'm seeing, because I don't know. They could be happy laughing at us, but from what I'm seeing, me being a guy who's 50, him being 47, and I'm watching the body language, got all the signs on that this man, to me, is planning an exit strategy. Just doesn't make sense to think someone who's still married, right, who has several kids, who loves his children by, you know, a couple of different women. Things happen. Not saying anything's wrong with that. But to think at 47, you want to come now and make a child with, you know, a Bozo McNicholas. Why would he come out here with Clarissa McNicholas and give her a child? Like, let's be honest. You sit back and watch the way she moves, the way she acts. That wouldn't make me feel comfortable about going out here and trying to breed that. Hell no. You know, they had this song back in the day. The J, the I, the M, the Y, the J, the I, the M, it's Jimmy. Oh yeah. Girl, I may be trying to house you with the Jimmy on. The J, the I, the M, the Y, the J, the I, the M, it's Jimmy. Yeah, I ain't gonna be looking for no skin to skin with that. You crazy? And I ain't gonna lie, I don't care. All y'all guys out here listening to this, don't act like you ain't trying to crack off a snuffleupagus before. We all done took one for the team, even though hood champion. I ain't gonna lie. It was a dare. I was drunk. I was confused. I was depressed. I was on the edge. And even I took down a snuffleupagus. But I had on a J, the I, the M, the Y, a J, the I, the M, a Jimmy. All joking aside, man. Out here creating unnecessary tension with the goddamn spouse, man. You see Remy Ma out there chilling now. Now it's like she laughing at Clarissa. She like, you can say what you want. You won't try to have people publicly judge me. They're looking at you crazy, Clarence, Clarenzo. They're looking at you, Leroy Jenkins. And so that's why Clarissa stays in a defensive posture, always feeling the need to explain herself. Let me tell y'all something. That explanation cycle never ends well. But I've been saying, the biggest weapon, the deadliest weapon, silence. Silence protects peace. Now, the way I like to put it is, shut up. Shut your stinking mouth. Just be silent. Protect your peace. Protect Papoose's peace. Papoose, bring me some of them pistachios while I can sit here and drink my pumpkin spice. Come here, let me pinch your booty, Papoose. Merry Christmas. Come and stuff this stocking. Better make sure you don't try to wear one of those J, the I, the M, the Y's. Stop listening to that hood champion. Give me them turkey wings. Silence protects peace, people. Commentary invites chaos. Stop running your goddamn mouth. You see, there's a trap to all this bullshit, man. The trap of trying to convince people that you're happy. I'm so happy. I'm so this. I'm so great. I'm okay. Look at me. I'm going to Hollywood. Yep, I did that. I'm in the Hall of Fame. Hold on now. Be specific. Don't come out here throwing some bullshit. You ain't in no International Hall of Fame. Your ass went down to the goddamn soup kitchen, hooked up with the boys, Billy and Ray, and they threw together some little shit for your amateur accomplishments out there in the Michigan Hall of Fame. Right? So don't come out here. Be very specific with that, because there's a lot of people who've earned their right to be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Don't just come out here and talk about you in the fucking Hall of Fame. But, that's what someone like Snuffleupagus is going to do. Clarissa McNicholas, Clarenzo, Clarence, Leroy Jenkins. Want to convince us that her life is so perfect, she's so happy, man. One of the most overlooked psychological red flags in public figures is over-explaining happiness. Who does that sound like? Who does that sound like? Over-explaining happiness. And then talking with her hands like Leila Ali. And, as a public figure, this is, basically what I'm saying is I'm happy. And they're hating on me because I'm pretty, because I'm happy, because Papoose and I are in love. Hey, why'd you move your hand? Hey, yo, don't touch on me. You know what I'm saying? Clarissa, yo, you don't need to touch me when I'm talking. Oh, yeah, Pap, he's just moody. He's like that. He got a big head. That's all it is. He just he really likes me. He really loves me. Come here, Papoose. Give me a kiss, Pap. Give me a kiss. He's just playing again. He just being stubborn. Come here, let me blow a kiss at you. Whew. Catch this power on your lips, motherfucker. Boom! What you want to do now, Pap? Balls on wheels. Balls on wheels on all streaming platforms. Can't be out here trying to fucking convince the world that you're happy, man. Let me tell you something. Truly content people rarely feel the need to convince strangers that their life, relationship, or career is perfect. When someone constantly talks about how happy they are, how unbothered they are, and how successful they are, it often signals internal insecurity. But we already know that because she's in people's DMs. And I ain't gonna lie, part of me feel a little bad for her because I see that crazy ass cousin of hers coming out here. I'm like, yo, this chick is out there. Why would you come out there? No matter what's going on, I got friends I grew up with. That ain't even family. We were close. We ain't all that close no more. We went different paths. But I would never come out here and do that to anybody. Somebody asked me, I'm like, I don't know. Or I don't say nothing at all. Just look at you stupid. Stone face. But I guess you ain't got nothing to say. I still don't say it. I just look at you till you walk off. Or I walk off. You don't have to do that. So I do think it's unfortunate. But at the same time, Clarissa, again, she kind of created her own misery. And who knows what interactions and conversation and screaming matches and who knows what was going on between all them crazy ass people, man. That's why I watch a guy like Papoose and I'm like, man, how did he end up in this bullshit? I mean, I kind of have an idea from doing all the lives and listening to everybody fill me in. But why stay immersed in that nonsense? That shit's bringing it. Is it just me or y'all agree it's bringing him down? Don't y'all think this shit making him look bad? Huh? But she got to be doing something. She got to be doing something to have his head sprung like LL Cool J and shit. She got something going on over there. Maybe she got him hooked. Maybe he ain't using her. Maybe she got him. Maybe she got him sprung. People keep talking about, oh, Papoose. He done went out there, man, and put the Papoose on her. Maybe she done put the Snuffleupagus on him. I mean, you just don't know because it don't make sense to me. Unless, like y'all are saying, it's he getting something that he needs, and it ain't nothing physical. It could be that ching ching. Wu-Tang cream, dollar bill, y'all. I don't know. But what I do know is what's going on right here is very dangerous because insecurity, it shows, and when you're someone like Claressa Shields, it leaks into preparation, leaks into your discipline and emotional control. And just look at those three things I just mentioned. Discipline. Seemed like she kind of lost some of that, right? Emotional control. Ben lost that. Preparation. Big question mark on how prepared she's going to be when she gets ready to face Franchon Cruz's arm. Makes you wonder. And that just means there are a lot of downsides when it comes to Claressa Shields' situation, with or without the crazy ass cussing. You can just look at her. All this bragging about money and my $8 million deal and my $8 million and my 88888. I'm like, yo, Jesus Christ, yo. Is there anything else this woman could talk about? 2 gold medals, 19 world titles, 8 million, and having a baby, and turkey wings. Out here publicly emphasizing money. Oh, look, 90K on the wrist, 100K on the neck. Jewelry, chains, lifestyle. That shit doesn't project power. What it does, it attracts resentment. Fans don't look at her and be like, oh, good job. There you go. Atta girl, here's the gold star. We're so proud of you. Nah. They're like, man, get the fuck out of here. Fighters who brag about wealth often become targets of criticism, ridicule, and even danger. And that's her. What you doing showing people you carrying $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $100,000 cash on you? What are you doing? Oh, people say I'm the female TBE. Okay, you want to be the female TBE? All right, you better get you that goddamn security like the male TBE. You better get that goddamn security that he pays over $1 million a year for. You better get that. Shit is not a game, man. But at the end of the day, historically, many great fighters learn too late that humility sustains longevity, while ego accelerates decline. And her ego and her pride has destroyed her. You see, boxing fans root for warriors. We loved her when she had the 2 pigtails, wore the sweatsuits and shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, she'd have on a Reebok sweatsuit and have LA Gear sneakers on. I mean, at least if you're going to wear a Reebok sweatsuit, wear Reebok sneakers. You're going to wear an Adidas sweatsuit, wear Adidas sneakers. You can't be wearing Adidas and have on Nike or, LA Gear and goddamn, Etonics and shit. Or you rocking Diodora and then got on Alycia. Like, yo, fucking figure it out. But at this point, we don't even care. Just get back to the sweatsuits and sneakers. And she wasn't wearing, was she wearing socks and shit? I don't know. But that doesn't matter. Get back to being the warrior. Because fans root for warriors. They don't root for accountants. Take off all that goddamn makeup and wigs and eyelashes and fingernails and all that bullshit, man. Take that shit off. It's ridiculous. That's why everybody looking at you ridiculing you. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm a guy here. I believe the ladies should want to feel good about themselves. They want to feel pretty. They want to, I'm all for that. What you got to do, go ahead, go for it. Get yourself, man, rub yourself up in all them nice smelling lotions and spray yourself up and smell sweet. You know what I mean? Do it. But don't be questioning the way God made you, man. You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit makeup on and all that, man. I mean, you want to put on a little lipstick, okay, that's cool, but all that excessive shit, man, stop it. Stop it. Don't question the way the big man made you, man. Leave that shit alone. If you have pretty skin, you have pretty skin. If you have acne, there's things you can go out there and things you can do to treat your skin, man, to make sure, man, that you help with your skin's appearance. You go see a dermatologist, whatever. Don't worry about that. You have straight hair, curly hair, wavy hair, coarse hair. Don't worry about that. You question the way the big man made you. Don't do that. Fans don't give a shit about that. They root for you because you're a warrior. Simple. But then again, you're giving fans reasons to not root for you, especially when you come out here now and you're doing all this excessive eating. Let me tell you something. These fans out here, Claressa Shields doesn't want to give fans any credit. These are very intelligent fans. Very, very intelligent people out here. A lot of these fans are maybe older, but they were athletes. Some still are athletes. So when they watch someone who wants to call herself, the greatest woman of all time as far as being a fighter, they're like, yo, you ain't living the lifestyle. You can say what you want about Floyd Mayweather. He lived the lifestyle. Whatever you want about Terrence Crawford, he lived the lifestyle. There are a couple fighters who lived the lifestyle. And that's why they performed the way they did. Andre Ward lived the lifestyle. With those three names right there, I don't think any of them were drinking, smoking, gaining excessive weight in between fights. None of them. And that's why they were able to dominate the way they did. Even Andre Ward, towards the end of his career, he had, I do think he lost to Kovalev in the first fight. But still, if he would have had horrible habits, he wouldn't have made it out that fight. But when you look at Claressa Shields, I mean, the stuff she's doing, at least what we saw over the last few months in between fights, I mean, eating anything she seemed that she can get her damn hands on, because she seems to be like one of the callers who called in and said, yo, she just wants to be thick. We all know she wants to draw attention to her lobster tail. Pap, he don't want pistachios tonight. He wants seafood. Come here, Pap. Climb up on this lobster tail, Pap. Come in. Don't worry, I got some tartar sauce for you. Pat, run, boy, run. Get the hell away from that. All this excessive eating, drinking, partying between fights. That shit destroys boxers, man. Listen to what Earl Spence said. He talked about that. Wish he didn't mess with that alcohol. My dad used to tell me, yo, it's a wicked genie in every bottle. You don't want to wake him up. I was like, all right. People say, well, what did your dad mean by that? It means like, yo, you fuck around, become an alcoholic. Don't fuck around with that alcohol. Respect that alcohol. If you're going to drink in moderation. I don't drink at all. I used to. But I wasn't a big drinker anyway. But I was very active. I was an athlete. I was boxing, running marathons, lifting weights. Everything that you'd want to see a young man do. And my dad wasn't cool with that shit. Like, you come out there and building up your body. You're out here boxing. You're running marathons. You're handsome. You're fucking in shape. But why are you putting that stuff in your body? Why are you putting them intoxicants in your body? And my grandfather chirped me up too. But it's a strong religious foundation, man. So they give you freedom to go out there and make your mistakes, but every now and then they would drop a few gems on you to reel you back in. There came one day I didn't want that shit, but I was never a big drinker anyway. But alcohol affects recovery, sleep cycles, hormonal balance, reaction time, and weight management. As a professional athlete, you'd think they'd want to stay away from that bullshit. So to see her taking shots, and it could have been alkaline water, could have been apple juice, could have been anything other than alcohol. But when you take it to the head like that and you go and you make that sound, no, that's probably had some wild turkey in that motherfucker. There was something, Mad Dog, some goddamn Night Train, Cisco, something was in there. It just wasn't no goddamn apple juice, I'll tell you that. It's just crazy, in my opinion, man. But even when not drinking heavily, when you come out here and you're talking about being an inspiration to young ladies and all this crap, the optics alone hurt your credibility. They see you doing it. I'm not even talking about the horrible rap lyrics. I'm just here talking about her credibility and the drinking. And the bottom line is this: boxing's unforgiving. Discipline is either consistent or exposed. Fans notice when an athlete's body language, conditioning, and discipline slips. That's something everyone's been talking about. Yo, her body language, the way she looks, from physically the weight gain, to how soft she looks, midsection, how haggard she looks in the face. They wonder about her conditioning. They wonder about her mental health. They're like, yo, her discipline, what happened to it? All that makeup, all that weave, all this stuff about money, and she doesn't look as good as she did when she was just a girl with the sweatsuits that didn't match the goddamn brand of the sneakers. They had them two pigtails in her head. That girl looked more healthy. That girl's skin and everything looked nice. That one looked okay. This one right here, I guess more money, more problems, more makeup, more stress. I I don't want that for her. She got to figure it out. But as a result, her credibility taking a shot, having all these issues that we've been talking about, crazy ass family, crazy ass personal life, crazy ass professional life, disrespecting fans, disrespecting the sport of boxing, not really being welcome to come out there to all the events where someone with her accomplishments should be. Matter of fact, she should be right there alongside of Leila Ali, but she's not because she burned that bridge too. Nobody wants it. If Leila Ali shows up somewhere, I 100% believe if Leila says, I'm not coming if you have this girl there. If you have Clarissa there, I'm not coming. I 100% believe they're like, no problem. If she shows up in here, get her out. She's not welcome. I 100% believe that. That's why, drum roll please, Alycia Baumgardner is being pushed as the face of female boxing right now. Katie Taylor and Serrano, they did their thing. But they're chilling now. I don't see how much, well, Serrano got a fight coming up, but I don't see how much longer they're going to be around. Them women made big time money. They beat a pound of flesh out of each other. I just don't know how much more they have left to give the game. But Baumgartner is receiving a strong promotional push because she combines elite skill, composure, marketability, and professionalism. And she has the look. And no, I'm not sitting here saying she's more attractive than Claressa Shields. I don't look at Baumgardner like that. You know what I'm saying? What I can tell you is, aesthetically, I know she has really good genetics. Okay, but the bottom line is, she said, okay, I got the genetics already. And she just ran with it. And she stays in the gym. She stays disciplined. That's why she looks the way she does. But she rarely engages in online chaos. She will trip up here and there, but she seems to respect her peers and she lets her performance speak for itself. What happened with her last fight against Baudouin, the Canadian? Clarissa couldn't wait to come out there and throw shade at her. She looking sloppy. She don't look that good. That's what we were saying about Claressa Shields. Because the fact is, Claressa Shields looked like shit in her last couple of fights. I'm not making that up. I give her credit. She won, yeah. That don't mean she looked good. And for those of y'all who are saying, oh, you hating, okay, well, I mean, she came out and said she didn't have to show skill. She just basically went out there because she knew she could beat those opponents, and she just fought them. How you respect that bullshit? That's what she said. She knew she could beat them, so she didn't really worry about going into her bag. She just went and just basically had a street fight in the ring and beat them up. So if you have someone who's calling herself the great, the female TBE, they're going into these fights knowing they can just not worry about having to show any skill and they can just beat them up. You respect that? How can you respect that? That's why Baumgardner is, well, first of all, Claressa Shields is not the face of women's boxing. I do think she was at a time, but not anymore. Baumgardner has succeeded Claressa Shields. Matter of fact, there are many people who felt Claressa Shields never was. They felt it was Katie Taylor or Amanda Serrano. But you can't just sit there and hate on Claressa Shields. Everybody was talking about Claressa Shields. Everybody. But the problem is that, it's like I always say, plenty of shit start to stink. People don't want to deal with it no more. Claressa Shields is always in some kind of chaos. Always some kind of drama. Always disrespecting any and everybody. Any and everybody. She's not the kind of person who's just gonna let her performance speak. No, she wants to go in there, fight, win, and stop back disrespecting people and trying to force people to like her or try to make people believe that she's the greatest woman of all time. Let me tell you something. Boxing promoters and networks value reliability. And right now, Alicia represents stability, and stability sells. And you look at the numbers from this past weekend where she fought on as the co-main to Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. And was it over 13 million views or something crazy? for her fight, and then Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua like 3, 4 times as much. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I know it's something ridiculous. Something ridiculous. But that's her. She sells. Stability sells. We're gonna find out if Claressa Shields, if she's not fighting on Netflix, so it's not really a fair comparison. And she's not fighting on the undercard for Jake Paul, but I'd be curious just how well a Claressa Shields event would do if she was a co-main to Jake Paul and Jake Paul fighting a big name. I just wonder. I can't see people who watching Netflix just decide, oh, we're going to turn it off because Claressa Shields is coming on. But I do feel that Claressa Shields, there's been a fall from universal respect. And she didn't fall because of losses. She fell off because of attitude fatigue. Fans didn't turn on her overnight. It was gradual. I'll take myself for instance. I couldn't take the Leila Ali, Muhammad Ali disrespect. And when I watched that, when Leila Ali dropped that first video, I watched that shit like 8 times. And I was just like, this is horrible. Then I watched the second video. At first, Clarissa dropped her bullshit. Then the next day, Leila hit her ass over the head with the other video. And I was like, this is crazy. But that's what's happened. She's lost that universal respect. Disrespecting legends, aggressive online behavior, confrontational language, inability to ignore criticism. When a fighter becomes more known for arguments than performances, perception shifts very, very fast. And that's what happened to Claressa Shields. And I'm going to tell you right now, the turning point for her ass was that Leila Ali shit. I'm telling you, man, she should have left Leila Ali alone. Because most of us, we knew there were some talks here and there about her, Leila Ali, and we were kind of cool, just like, are they going to make the fight? Oh, that'll be interesting. But that's as far as it really went. But she really misstepped when she was troubling Leila Ali to the point to where Leila Ali said, you know what? I gotta say something now. And when Leila Ali decided to defend herself and say, look, this woman dragging my name through the mud, got me looking crazy. Let me frame this conversation the way it should be framed, with nothing but the facts. How the young boys say, facts, man, facts. That's no blue hat. That's no blue hat. Leila Ali, man, riddled her ass in them videos with Claressa Shields' own words. And you see her there looking stupid. Straight Pigeon McGee, looking crazy. You see, Leila represents legacy, grace, and history. That's Muhammad Ali's daughter, man. Of course, she's not going to be just like her pops. But she understands, and it's something she learned overnight. She got to carry herself a kind of way. And when Clarissa crossed that line, many fans, especially women, felt she attacked the wrong symbol. And Leila Ali said, all right, I'm not going to come out here, disrespect my last name, and get on her level, but I'm going to hit back 10 times as hard. But I'm going to do it the Ali way. And boy, oh boy, that was a career turning point for Claressa Shields. Because it wasn't even just the ladies, most of the men. And you know what's crazy? You're talking about age range of the boxing fans, men and women, I say from like 40 to 82 years old. They lost all the respect they had for Claressa Shields because of how she played that shit. Boxing culture values respect for elders, man. There's a lot of value when it comes to respecting your elders, especially a Leila Ali, a Muhammad Ali. Once that line is crossed, it's very hard to walk back. And she out here, and I know for a fact, I believe this, right? And I normally I say you're entitled to your own opinions, not your own facts. I feel like I'm entitled to my own fact on this one. I know Claressa Shields. She may not say it out publicly. She regrets messing with Leila Ali. I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that. She trying to figure out a way. But she got ego and pride and she, a little bit Sesame Street. So she's not gonna do it. Even though it's the right thing to do, she's not gonna do it. It's hard to walk back. But if she got the help she needed to deal with whatever past trauma that she had and the stresses that she has in her life right now, she get enough help to where probably after 3 sessions, she could come out here and take a deep breath, blow it all out, and apologize. But the bottom line is she needs to go get that help so she can realize that she's done it to herself. She's done it to herself. But at the end of the day, she remains one of the greatest female boxers, ever. That truth hasn't changed. It is what it is, whether you like her or not. Claressa Shields gets busy. But what I will say, what has changed? What has changed is her relationship with fans, her relationship with peers. The only thing that hasn't changed is probably her relationship with, the rest of the cast on Sesame Street. Like, everybody's still cool to see Claressa Snuffleupagus Shields come kind of plotting down the goddamn sidewalk like a damn elephant or giraffe. Public perception. Not many people have seen her the way they saw her last year. But I'll say this, man, and I've said it before in other videos. Boxing forgives losses. We can forgive a loss. You lose, go out on your shield, you're humble. But it does not forgive arrogance without accountability, and that right there sums up Claressa Shields. Arrogance without accountability. Right now, Clarissa is fighting herself more than the opponents, and she has a crazy-ass cousin who is out here, man, and saying any and everything she feels, and whether it's true or not, we don't know. All we can do is trust and try to verify what she's saying and trust and try to verify what Clarissa's saying. But, man, they said so much stuff. Even this Jada the Boxer chick. All the stuff they said about Clarissa and, and they just said a lot. I ain't going to come here and repeat that shit. Because at the end of the day, it just makes you wonder, is there any truth to all the craziness they've said about Claressa Shields? Is there any truth to it? Because if Clarissa will come out here and be threatening powerless fans to sue them, why isn't she going after Jada the Boxer? Matter of fact, Jada the Boxer said some crazy shit about Clarissa. Crazy. Sharlita saying crazy stuff about her. So my thing is, Claressa Shields, don't come out here worrying about the YouTubers. Don't come worrying about the little powerless men and women who are talking about your situation because your shit is out there. Nah, go after the source. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. Because this shit is just metastasized. You got people out here like we were talking about on the live the other day. Cats out here, them motherfuckers straight Dr. Seuss. Creating YouTube channels. Can't talk to save their life. But they can talk about Claressa Shields. They don't know what they're talking about. They sound stupid. But they got 1,000, 5,000, 3,000 people watching their video. And these guys, they have no clue about nothing. Straight Dr. Seuss. The cat in the hat type shit. But that's just how out there Claressa Shields' situation is. To where people have realized, I'm going to just make a YouTube channel and just talk about her every day. And they're getting subscribers and they're getting views. They're getting monetized and they're making a little Wu-Tang cream. Cha-ching-ching. Dollar bill, yo. But the bottom line, I just think Claressa Shields' arrogance, not taking accountability, is where she's gone wrong, where she's going wrong, where she's going to continue to go wrong. And fans see it, sponsors see it. Anybody who'd want to endorse, have her endorsing anything, they all can see it. People out there, man, who can extend that olive branch, lead her towards um, wealth beyond her imagination. They all see it. They don't want nothing to do with her. And that's why women's boxing is moving on from Claressa Shields. You know, she's gone from GWOAT to chaos. And that's what I'm saying. Like, what happened to her? Come out here losing everything, not in the ring, outside the ring. And you got the Caroline Dubois, the Alycia Baumgardners. You know, they're rising. They are rising. While Claressa Shields is falling apart. Something changed, people. Only person can help Claressa Shields is herself. But boy, oh boy, she better get control of Sharlita Savage with the quickness. And Sharlita Savage ain't playing at all. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Become a member to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. You know what I'm in? I'm in the breeze.